Good morning. I don't know if this is recording or not. I think it is. It is Tuesday. I thought I'd do a little bit of a day in the life of a homeschooling mom. And I'm gonna get some breakfast going. My kids are actually still in bed. It's 8:30. Normally they should be up by now, but this morning I just needed a little extra mom time, so I let them sleep in. And they're still in bed. But I'm gonna make some French toast today, so why don't you all join me? Okay, so my kids are helping me put dishes away now in the evenings because they take turns putting away the clean dishes and washing dishes, so they alternate that. So before they helped me, I had all my plates and my bowls and, you know, just a little more organized than this. And now you find, you know, plastic cups here, a glass on top of a bowl or one of these plates. These are all, you know, different sizes. I got some cups here, coffee mug. So yeah, I need to, you know, this was one of the hard things for me to let them help me because, you know, I like things done a certain way, but you know, you gotta let them learn. So this is what I have now, and yeah, but they're helping me. So here's Gloria. I did this just a really quick little exercise for her. The numbers with the dots to represent how many counts each number has. I remember learning it like that in elementary. I'm not sure if they still do that at school right now, but I know it was very helpful for me when it came to addition, so I'm going to teach her that too. I think they call it touch math, I'm not sure. So she did that, and then she's going to learn these sounds today, and this is just something that I make for her. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but And Sayla's working on a comic strip that she is trying to finish up, and then we're going to get all the scripts from her comic strip, put it on a notebook, and make sure that her her punctuation, spelling, and grammar is correct. Right, Mama?
Yeah, and it's in order.
And it's in order. Yeah, we're going to put them all in order. So we're going to go ahead and continue with our homeschooling. And like I said, my son's too cool for us, so he's not going to come up on this video, but he's working on his math and language arts too. Video. It's just a typical ordinary day, homeschooling, making breakfast and making lunch with the kids, and then we ended it with just a dinner and a movie. I forgot what movie we went to go see. I don't even remember. I can't remember, but it just recently came out, and if I remember, I will let you know. But the kids enjoyed it. I'm sure they did. I don't remember what movie we went to go see. I wanted to share with you the reason I homeschool and why I'm still homeschooling, and just wanted to let you know if I will be homeschooling later on. I don't know. We'll see. But the reason I started homeschooling was basically, let me just share a little bit with you what led me to homeschooling. Never in a million years did I think that I was going to homeschool. It's not something I ever thought about when I was a child. It's not something I thought about when I started having kids. To me, it was, they go to public school as soon as they're old enough, and then I go back to work. But God had other plans. When my middle child was in second grade, I noticed that she was struggling just too much for a second grader. The stress level was just too high for, a 9-year-old. And I prayed so much that year, and a lot of tears and a lot of prayer. And finally, the only thing that God allowed peace in my heart was homeschooling. And so I talked to my husband about it, and he agreed with me. He completely supported me 100% when it came to deciding to homeschool my kids. And it was all open. That idea just basically opened just because my daughter was just having some struggles in school that for a 9-year-old, you should not be stressing out about school at any age, but school. And it was a year's worth of prayer for me in my part, because even before I even expressed these feelings to my husband, I was just in prayer, just within myself and God, and just asking the Lord to direct me, because I'm her parent and I should be able to help her, and I can't help her. I even went to the school to sit with her, and then they kind of didn't let me do that. She was going to a private school, and she stayed for tutoring till 5 o'clock, and then she still had to come home with stacks of papers, worksheets to do, and it was just so much for her. It was just too much that they were trying to cram into her, and she was just not ready for so much at one time. So, prayer. I was led to homeschooling, and when I decided that I would homeschool, even then I still battled with it, because I had no idea how I would even start that, where I would even look for information. I had zero, never even,
I had heard of homeschooling, but it was nothing that I was familiar with. I didn't know anybody that homeschooled their kids. It was like brand new to me. So my husband and I decided that we're gonna do it. They finished the school year at the private school, and I did not enroll them the following school year. So that's why I homeschooled, and I will continue to homeschool until my kids decide I want to go back to school. This year, I did ask my son if he wanted to go back to school because he had been mentioning a few things, and he's like, "Yes, I do." So we went to a private school that I liked, and we had an interview. And he's like, I think I changed my mind. I think I'd rather stay home because he realizes the freedom that you have through homeschooling is just amazing. He's got certain hobbies that he loves to do, and he understands that if he goes back to school, that's going to change. He's not going to have as much time to work on those things that he really loves. So he's on the fence on it. We'll see what he decides, but right now he's pretty much on staying homeschooled. Will I continue to homeschool? Yes, like I said, I will continue to homeschool until they feel like they want to go back to school. I would love to homeschool them all the way to high school. I believe and I know that I can do it. That's something that I have learned about myself through homeschooling, that I can do it. I can do it. And I think that's one of the fears that moms get when they're just going to start homeschooling. It's like, can I do it? You have those fears of, am I going to ruin my kids? And I've had them, and I still do. And I have to just rewind and say, yes, you can, because nobody loves your kids more than you. Nobody knows your kids more than you. Nobody knows what sparks their interest more than you. Nobody does, So it's a blessing just to be able to spend every single day with them. And yes, sometimes it's like, we're not homeschooling today. I just can't do it today. For whatever reason, take that break if you need to. The idea of homeschooling came because of one of my children having just too much stress. I continue to homeschool because nobody knows my kids better than I do. Nobody loves my kids better than me. So nobody's going to take the time and the patience to teach them at their level, at their speed, and at their interest. No one is. I can change the curriculum. I don't have to stick to a certain curriculum or structure because the state is telling me to. I can change it because it's not working for her or it's not working for him. This works better for my child. So I'm going to do this year until, because the children grow and they mature, and so their interests do change and the way they learn may change. So that's the freedom that I have through homeschooling, and I love that I can change things. That if this year we're going to do unit studies, or next year we're going to do more textbook work. My son is getting into the middle school grades, or is in the middle school grades. I'm looking into now, okay, what am I going to do for the high school, so that he gets his credits should he decide to go to college. So, it's just one thing to realize that there's nothing a mother or a parent cannot do when it comes to their children. You will find a way, you will figure it out, and you just need to believe in yourself. You can do it if this is something that you want to do. Because, like I said, no one loves your kids better than you. Nobody's going to have that patience better than you, and you can turn it off. If your patience level is going down because, it's just too much going on, turn off homeschool for the day. Take a break. Go outside. Take a breather. A breath of fresh air. Sometimes we just go and we'll have lunch somewhere and we'll just homeschool half a day, or maybe we just don't homeschool at all. You have the whole school year, not school year. You have the whole year to homeschool your kids. You don't have to follow the public school schedule unless you want to. You have the whole day to homeschool. You don't have to homeschool from 7:30 to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can homeschool a few hours in the morning, take a break, homeschool in the evening. You can do whatever you want. It is your child. You are in complete control. Nobody can tell you how to teach your child. So just don't get that's one thing I had to learn is I can't stress out. I'm not following the public school system, the public school schedule. I'm not following the public school schedule. I'm not following the public school curriculum that they use. I'm doing what's going to work for my kids at the level that they're at and at the speed that they learn. And I know their interests. I know that my son loves to animate. He loves it. That's his thing. He can animate all day if I let him. So I make sure that he gets his schoolwork done, and then he has time to pursue that passion that he has at such a young age. And my daughter, my middle child, she has realized that she loves music, she loves singing, and she loves to write songs. So I'm gonna allow her to experiment with that newfound passion that she has. I don't want to take her away from that. So she does her homeschool work, and then she has the rest of the day to work on that. My little girl likes to dance, so I need to get her into ballet lessons, and that just homeschooling gives me that freedom to be able to do that. So I went off, but I just wanted to share that with you. I'm still learning a lot. This is my second homeschool year. My daughter's playing video games. This is my second homeschool year, and I'm still learning. I think the first year was just unlearning everything I knew. This year has been more of a figuring out what's going to work the best for them and for us. And I think it's just going to get better after this. You know, the more you know, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have. So I just want to show my kids that they can do whatever passion and gift God has given them, so that they can pursue that, because if that's what God has placed in their heart, then that's what He has called them to do. And I just keep them in prayer and keep our homeschool in prayer. And I pray that whoever's watching this video, if you're going through some little fears or discouragement, do not get discouraged at that moment. Sometimes you just need to turn off homeschool for that day, and just breathe and look at what you're doing and see if what's working. If it's not working, take it out. Take it out. Don't do it. Figure something else out you can do. There's so much freedom with homeschooling that you can teach your children the world, you know. But blessings to you all. Love you all. Thank you for following. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and